Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Taking a quick look here at Avalanche, seeing what's going on. This coin is back on track. Absolutely, we're right up above the cloud, close to where I mentioned we want to kind of consider entry. And we're going to take a look at a few key factors to see if it's worthwhile or not. Strong likelihood it is, but we want to double check a few things too. So if you are new to the channel, excuse me, welcome aboard, obviously. If you want to become a better trader, just know I have a trading university and signals group. Link down below if you're curious. We got a lot of new members. Make sure that you read through our signals guide if you're part of our Discord. Highly recommend you do that. And obviously understand, familiarize yourself with how they work, because they do work different. There's Plus and Premium. One's an automated day trading bot that pretty much scalps the market for us. We took some profits from Solana earlier today with 2 separate long trades. Same thing with Matic. And I believe we have a couple of Ethereum trades too open. Congrats to our community members for our swing trades for ICP as well, 140% in 3 trading days. Now, Avalanche is not one of those trading pairs right now. I mean, it technically is on our day trading bot, but we don't have an open long position with AVAX, at least not one we've opened here recently. So we're considering entry now at this point. In other words, if we get some confirmation today, it might be worthwhile jumping on in. So a lot of those things hinge on, well, liquidation levels, but also Bitcoin success too. Bitcoin's up pretty decent here today, so you got to recognize it's kind of like that little initial happy time, right? It could totally dissolve, so be mindful of that. Either way, right here we can see $40/$41 as a heavy liquidation level for shorts, and it's only going to get worse. I think upwards of 44. We could very well see that happen too. Not a lot of liquidation below the price action, so you got to recognize here, most people are short heavy, and those short heavy folks are going to get demolished here soon, because again, the price typically gravitates towards those heavy concentrations of liquidation. So we find some confirmation today. That's a good consolation, knowing on the sidelines that we are in pretty good shape there. So if we look at the 4-hour time frame, correction, we'll start with the daily and work our way down. Just to quickly note here, kind of the daily candlestick close from yesterday was bearish. Obviously, we've got a few red candles to the downside. But today, so far, we got a bullish engulfing candle, looking pretty solid. We got 4 hours left of trading in today's trading day, so anything could still honestly happen, but at this point, looking pretty nice to be able to stay above 50 on the RSI. Not breaking below that is extremely important. Same thing here with stochastic swinging up, and the MACD starting to lose its divergence. So those are all positive contributing factors, but not a perfect scenario by any stretch, because we're still underneath the 20-day SMA, which again is hanging out in that sweet spot between 42 and 43. That's a very, very strong area of resistance for us. So just got to recognize between 0.618 and 0.5 is that little area there that we're going to see some resistance if the price comes up there. If we can break through that level, just say close at 44 or higher, we're probably in pretty good shape to see that most recent highs retested. Again, keep in mind, Bitcoin has a lot to do with that, so we just kind of got to pay attention to its correlation, so to speak. And just to quickly touch on that, if we kind of pull up both charts, you can see that Bitcoin's kind of going a bit of sideways here, and AVAX is mostly going down. So not a positive pairing by any stretch. It's mostly just knee-jerk reactioning down when Bitcoin pulls back a little bit and then struggles to come up. So that's why it's more important for us to identify these key levels we need to close above. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Let's actually go ahead and pull these out here. And just to clarify, on the 4-hour time frame, we're looking at RSI being tentatively over 50. I say tentative because this candlestick has 16 hours left in it before it closes, but there's a good chance we'll be above that level. It's extremely important. It tells us we're on the right side of tracks again, and that we're in good shape for a long position consideration. Same thing with the stochastic RSI swinging up, money flow index above the price action, all positive signs. Same thing here with the convergence on the MACD, which we didn't really have a convergence, we just more so had a MACD-FU, and the price continued higher. So again, a lot of shorts thought they were going to get lucky and didn't. So that's all having been said. What are we at with liquidation, fair value? We've already identified that. This lower level of liquidation is pretty minimal. Honestly, there is a previous level, of course, from December 18th, but that's really not all that much. I mean, we zoom out in the big picture, there is going to be a concentration at that level, right in the 36 or lower mark, but I'm interested in this $44 mark getting retest. I think that's a pretty strong probability based on this heavy concentration that we're seeing here at the 42 to 44 range, okay? So again, if you get a short open with AVAX, you may want to reconsider. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at, see, we're on the hourly. Let's quickly summarize here and call it a day. Also, quickly to note too, if you are, again, new to the channel, you're not familiar, phenomenal exchange, be sure to utilize them. Bitunix, link down below. Nice rewards if you use my link to register, but mainly no KYC, no VPN for our US and Canadian community members. So glad that works out very well. Thanks for the awesome feedback. I love them as well. All right, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this here. So this was the ascending trend previously. That's been since invalidated. We'll draw out a new trend line later, but the key takeaway here is that $40.50, nice round number there, has been wicked up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times and finally broke through. Now this candlestick hasn't closed yet. We got 15 minutes left, but solid chance we're going to close above that level. Kind of reaffirming the fact that that could be a new support. Okay, so 40.50 is a good level there. It's also running concurrent or above the Ichimoku cloud, which we've had difficulty crossing above, by the way. So if you keep in mind, ever since we started this downtrend, we have not been above the cloud yet, right? It's had multiple attempts. Now we are finally there. Stronger chance of uptrend. Because once more, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you understand like my trading university, if you've seen some of those, obviously make sure you watch that if you're part of the premium group. But what I'm getting at is there's always range-bound activity that kind of prefaces in ascending or descending trend, okay? And again, what that is basically just you got a range, right? So we got this range here as low as about $38. You can see it's wicked down a couple times. And this current range between, right about $40.50. So the first step in breaking that trend and starting a new uptrend is to essentially break free from that range and to close above. We're on the verge of that. So right now, AVAX is looking pretty darn strong. It's looking very nice. Even if the price were to pull back a little bit, there's a decent chance we'll see some support down here to be between 39 and 40. Okay, so all good things here. Again, for the most part, you got to recognize again that negative coupling with Bitcoin that could be changing soon, but for right now, we do got to recognize that Bitcoin does sell off. We could see something along these lines again, because that's just kind of how it goes right now in the market. Bitcoin dominance going up, Bitcoin price going up. Some alts are going to take a hit, specifically the ones that are most profitable. So just some friendly advice there. All right, folks, that's kind of all we got here for today. Not much else to really note. Quickly to note again, community members, read through our signals guide. Make sure you understand that thoroughly if you're going to be trading with my signals. And then obviously, if you want to become part of that, let me know, or more so just jump on down to cryptocash.tech and register. There are limited slots available. So again, we're seeing a lot of new members, and it's really nice. I would just want to make sure we have that one-on-one time with you. So check that out in your own time. If you have any questions, reach out. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you the next one. Take care.